Welcome back to our Star Frontiers Homebrew Rules Revision Playtest. I'm joined again by Brandon, the artist behind the webcomic Love and Hex. Hi, Brandon.
Hello.
Pavel, the madman behind Cal Soup, and a new actual play podcast coming out sometime.
Sometime? Mumble, I can't commit to a date.
Pink, the genius behind the All Lumpins campaign.
Yes.
Yes.
And Rhett, the DM for the Stack of Dice podcast.
Hey, glad to be here.
In parts 1 and 2 of our Star Frontiers playtest, Lorp, the Dralicite, Thegra the Osakar, Verspiklik Tikatik the Vrusk, and Wazna Yasir the Yazirian were hired by a mysterious Vrusk to destroy the central computer at Aramax One, the main office for Aramax Power Factors, a company that generates solar power in orbit and transmits it to ground stations. The Vrusk assured them that there would be fewer guards than usual on duty and gave them an access card that he said would open the main gate. When they arrived, they found the power station strangely quiet and discovered that their access card opened every door they encountered. They came upon a man wearing a military skein suit, playing computer games, and knocked him unconscious, or more accurately, they nearly killed him, but then Thegra saved him using a medication called Stados. After exploring the rest of the main floor and doing some light hacking, they concluded that something fishy was definitely going on here. The central computer was being accessed at that very moment by someone downstairs. We left the members of S.C.U.M, the splendid company of upstanding mercenaries, as they cautiously descended the stairs. Now Glorp stands in front of a closed door. What do you want to do?
Is this one of those sealed sci-fi doors, or is it the old-fashioned beautiful oak door?
It is neither. It is one of those doors like you'd see at the top or bottom of a staircase with the metal bar in the middle that you push, and the door itself is metal. It's not a fancy sci-fi door. It's just a push door with a horizontal bar.
Has it got a gap?
I guess there's a tiny gap at the bottom. If you want to do a spot search check, you could do that.
What am I searching for?
I don't know. You just look and see.
Well, what I would like to do is shift my eyes into my finger again and just stick it underneath and see what I see.
Good call.
All right, so my search check is an 18 out of something higher than 18.
Well, he does that. I did want to show you guys. I tried to get into character. I am wearing a tie.
Oh,
nice.
Well done.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Extra XP
Very
for
nice.
that, yeah.
I'm wearing a t-shirt, but I am wearing a tie.
No collar. That's the thought that counts. That was 18 under 25.
18 under 25 is a success. You look around under this door. Actually, the first thing that you notice is as you're moving your fingers down by the bottom of the door, you notice the smell of gunpowder and smoke.
Ooh, some violence took place here.
So you look under the door. The lights in this office are on, but the room has a bluish tinge due to the pall of smoke and fumes which hang in the air. In the far right corner of the office, or to the southwest on your map, small flames and an occasional spark are guttering from the remains of a card lock on a door far to the southwest. That door is open. Just to the side, as you move your finger around under this door, just to your left or to the east, you can see right by the door lies the body of a Vrusk in an APF company work uniform. He has been shot several times by lasers and automatic weapons. The rest of this room is a shambles. 2 desks in the room have been emptied, and their contents, mostly computer printouts and other documents, are scattered about the floor. 2 computer terminals have been thrown to the floor. One still shows some coherent output on its screen and appears relatively intact. The other barely flickers, and its keyboard has been torn away and smashed. And then across the room, behind all this refuse on the ground, you can see that there is a small briefcase far across the room, and there are several energy magazines scattered about in the area around that briefcase. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and open this door because you are effectively seeing into the room.
Glorp, what do your Dralicite eyes see?
There's a dead body in here. We should go in quietly. And I'll very carefully push the door open.
Okay, why don't you make a stealth check?
Oh, no. Wait, I'm probably okay at that. That is a 41 out of 57. Oh, good.
Dang. Nice.
Yeah, so you push the door open quietly. It barely creaks. And as you open the door, there's a little bit of noise. You can hear some computer beeping quietly somewhere. You can hear some clattering noises. The sparks are coming out of that card reader by the wall. So none of the noise that you made was louder than those noises. So you're pretty sure that nobody heard you push that door open. So you're going to move into the room, Glorp?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Glorp.
Glorp. So which of these doors has the busted card reader? Because there are 3 of them here.
It is down to the southwest. I just marked it on the map.
Okay. Do we hear anything going on in any of the adjacent rooms?
Well, as I mentioned, you hear a computer beeping. From the door to the southeast, you can hear some sounds of movement and a computer beeping, but it's muffled because there's a door back there.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the door to the southwest, near that briefcase, I'm pinging that location now, you can hear the sounds of something clattering, like something being dropped to the floor, and then occasionally the sound of something smashing or being smashed.
All right, let's check out that door.
While he's going to the door, I want to. Thegor wants to check on the dead Vrusk to make sure that is he actually dead? Can I do anything for him?
Now, what was that roll? It was 37 under 51 on that stealth check. Is that right?
It was 41 under 57.
41 under 50. I was not even close. 41 under 57. Okay. I am going to make an oppose search spot check to see if anyone nearby hears you. Now, the way that oppose checks work is that they have their own chance to search/spot, and they're trying to roll under their number but over yours if they're trying to spot you. Okay, I rolled a 42.
Oh
my goodness.
Under 50.
Wow.
All right?
So he beat me.
He beat you by
Or
1.
they beat me, whatever it is.
Yeah, by 1.
Dang it.
And well, we'll deal with that in a moment. Thegra, what are you doing?
Thegor wants to check on that Vrusk, check if there's anything she can do for him.
Okay, make a diagnose check.
Okay, let's see. Diagnose. My diagnose is 62, and I got a 77.
Oh.
I was going to give you a bonus for this check. You're pretty sure this person is dead.
Okay.
And
So-
they've been dead for a bit.
I'm sorry. I rolled over, but I got double digits. I forget what double digits means. Is that good or bad?
Oh, that's bad. That's a critical failure if you roll over.
Okay, then.
They're probably sleeping.
They've seen a lot of bodies in her
Frusk
time.
are so hard to diagnose,
It's the
They're
exoskeleton.
probably dead, but maybe they could be saved.
I mean, he might have just been molted.
I put
Probably not
them
even in there
into-
anymore.
I put them into the Vrusk recovery position, whatever that looks like for a Vrusk.
Okay. All right. Wazna Yazir, what are you doing?
I am going to head straight for the computer beeping, or at least as much as is sensible.
Okay, so you can hear that computer beeping, and it is, let me show you where that is in the map. The computer beeping is coming from this area that I'm pinging down to the south. Can you see that on the map?
Yep, so I'll head for that. Now, again, if I hear anything that sounds, I mean, obviously I hear the sounds of ransacking going on or something.
Right.
So I'll approach this carefully. I don't know if I need to do a stealth check.
You need to do a stealth check if you want to be stealthy, yeah.
All right. I've got a 25, so let's see here. I'm going to try the foundry roll. Nope.
No. All right. So as Glorp and Wazna Yazir sneak forward, something's going to happen. Finally, what is Verspiklik Tikatik doing?
Well, Verspiklik Tikatik was going to go up to Thegra.
For every person that we make dead, are you going to attempt to make them not dead?
It is part of the oath I took as a doctor. I have to help them, and especially those who are kind of innocent in this.
I will try to aim for the less important bits.
That would be appreciated. Although, honestly, do not worry about it. This is just giving me a chance to practice my medical skills.
The more parts she can reattach, the better.
Glorp, as you're sneaking up to this door, you hear a voice say, "Hey, did you hear something? Thought I heard something." And it gets real quiet in that room next to you.
Epilema?
Wazna Yazir is trying to be quiet, but kicks some of those rolls of paper that you can see on the map there. And one of the voices says, I heard something again. You think that bug is still moving? Do you want to do anything when you hear this conversation?
Yeah, ready my electro sword.
Okay. A figure walks toward the door to have a look, and then sees you and is shocked, surprised. They're not mechanically surprised because they heard you, but they're taken aback as you're standing there. Roll for initiative.
This is a D10?
Yeah, so roll a D10 and add your initiative modifier. So I need to put everybody here in initiative, and I have to roll for all my guys. Oh, shoot, I didn't even think about that. I should have pre-rolled my guys. Shame on me.
Wait, how many guys are we talking?
All of them.
Okay, I have one guy who gets that. And then Glorp, what'd you get?
12.
Okay. What is your reaction speed?
Only 30.
Okay. So I'm going to put this other guy slightly higher than you then.
No!
So that they stay ahead. I'm going to put you... I think maybe that this 1d10 plus your initiative modifier is too narrow a range. I think it might be better to do... I don't want to say D100.
You could do a D100 plus your reaction speed. That would be exactly the same odds, but a higher range and more variability between them.
Right. I worry that would spread it out almost too much, because then your reaction speed barely even matters. You know what I mean? Ideally, it'd be something like a D20, you know? But this is supposed to be an all percentile system or all 10-sided system. I don't know. I'll have to think about it some more. But yeah, I agree. D100 might be better. Anyways, let me roll this next person. They went real fast. Scum versus Spicklick Tickatic. What'd you get?
I got a 13.
What's your reaction speed?
My reaction speed is 60.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put you ahead of that then. Then I'm going to go to Thegra. What did you get, Thegra?
6.
6? Wow. Okay, that person just beefed it. Let's see. That's a...
Sounds like you're talking about a lot of people there, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not all going to be relevant, but I do have a lot to roll here. Or at least they're not going to be relevant right away.
They won't be relevant for long.
Still has to roll for all the mannequins.
Wazna Yazir, what'd you get?
I also have a 6 with a reaction speed of 50.
50. Okay, so what's Thegra's reaction speed?
40.
40. So you are ahead of her, so I'm going to bump Thegra down to a 5. Yeah, I need a better system than this.
So when I was, to be clear, when I suggested a D100 plus reaction speed, I meant the whole reaction speed score,
Oh, not a
like
tenth
the
of
bonus.
the reaction
Not a
speed.
10th.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I agree. That the only issue with that is it involves adding bigger numbers, and some people hate that.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm not scared of numbers.
And with a good character sheet program, that can be done for you automatically.
That's true. That's an excellent point.
Talk to that developer.
Yeah. Scum versus Spicklick Tickatic. You have heard the reaction as somebody walks up to the door to the southwest and immediately jumps back in surprise. And it is an armed person wearing the same kind of skein suit as that guy that you brutally shot earlier. A military skein suit.
Gotcha.
What do you want to do?
Well, you wouldn't be Scum versus Spicklick Tickatic if you didn't try and talk to him first.
And I guess I should tell you what kind of equipment this guy has on. This is Merc 2. This person has a stun stick. Stun stick and a military skein suit, and that's it. And they're holding this stun stick in their hand.
All right. So is he? I can't see him on the map. Is he?
He's down by
He's showing
me.
a little leg, yeah.
He's down here.
Okay.
He may be around the corner so that you can't see him.
Gotcha. Would I be able to talk to him from where I'm at?
Yes. Yeah, or you could just move a little bit. Remember, moving doesn't count against your actions.
Okay. Perfect.
Each one is a meter, right? You got a lot of
Yeah,
room.
each square is a meter. That's right.
You got all those legs.
So that would be 8 meters down to that square. Well, depending on which square you're going to. If you want to move next to Glorp, then that would be like 7 or 8 meters, depending on which square you're moving to.
All right, so I'm going to move down.
Scum versus Picklick Ticketic races across the room because Vrusco very fast.
Yep.
Next to that briefcase, and next to this, who you take to be a mercenary, who is holding a stun stick.
Scum versus Picklick Ticketic will ask him. He'll say,
Excuse me, fine gentlemen. How much are you getting paid for this job?
Okay. Are you attempting to do something, or are you just
yeah,
chatting?
I'm basically kind of implying that it's not worth what's about to happen.
Okay.
Sounds like intimidation to me.
Okay, you trying to persuade or intimidate, maybe?
I'm more persuade.
Okay.
Sounds like intimidation.
Yeah, so we'll play it out just a little bit more. He says, we're getting 15,000 to split between us. Who are you?
I am Scum vs. Picklick Ticketic. The Scum is a long story. But suffice it to say that we are upstanding mercenaries, and we would like to not kill you.
Okay.
If we could perhaps persuade you and your friends to leave, then my friend Thegra will not have to experiment with her medical skills on you.
Can Thegra give the world's least reassuring thumbs up?
Sure. All right, well, you're making a persuasion attempt, I think, so go ahead and roll that.
All right.
Only a -10 penalty because he's hostile but confused.
So 32 under 60.
You rolled a 32 under 60, which is a success.
Yep.
He sort of lowers his weapon and says, What exactly is going on here?
We seem to have similar goals. You obviously are attempting to get into the computer. Our goal is to get rid of the computer.
This guy with the stun stick looks at you. We'll drop out of combat for a moment, I guess, because it seems like you're just chatting.
Yeah.
He says, hey, Sleeve, get a load of this. And another guy comes walking over behind him.
While this is happening, Verspicklick Ticketic is like kind of straightening his tie.
And this other guy says, "What? Who are these guys? Why are they here? You guys want to destroy the computer? Why?
Well, what can we say? We're Scum.
What do you mean you're scum? This is really confusing."
Yes, I can see for a mind such as yours it might be. But let us say that we do not wish to kill you, and we would all like to go away happy and rich.
I think we're going to have to talk to our boss.
That's fine. I would prefer to speak to your manager.
Okay. Well, she's in the other room over there, so I guess... Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. Pardon me. It's my legs. They get in the way.
All right, so he... Oh, but... Excuse me.
Oh. Sorry, I've got 4 left feet.
For the listeners, they're moving the tokens around on the map, and trust us, it's very amusing.
They're trying to get to the other door, and the player characters are moving their pawns in such a way that it is sort of getting in the way of these poor mercenaries.
There's a yellow flag that flies in from the side, yeah. Past interference.
And he opens the door.
As the mercenaries are walking, I guess, toward the door, Glorp is going to very quietly swap the Doze grenade in his launcher out for a frag grenade.
Okay.
And just, follow behind in a friendly way.
All right, so this guy walks into this room, and he says, "Excuse me, Miss Talink. Excuse me." And a woman, you can hear footsteps coming toward the door, and a woman walks up to them. I don't know if you can see that pawn. I think maybe Scum versus Picklick Ticketic can see her.
Oh, yeah. Wow, it's very detailed.
Yeah, that's actual art from the adventure. Maybe I should show that. Let me show this art.
Kind of like Rogue from the X-Men.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yeah.
She's pointing a gun right at the artist painting the picture.
Oh, no.
That's why it's a quick sketch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that G.I. Joe Cobra character, I think.
Oh, yeah, Baroness, right.
Baroness.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good description. Yeah. And she looks like she's in front of a laundromat.
Yeah, she's in front of a laundromat, and there's lasers firing at her and the different laundry machines.
It's a very dangerous laundromat.
And she lost her glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, so she walks up to this mercenary and she says, "Onsen, what's going on here? What exactly? Who are these people?" And he says, "Well, they say they're scum, and they're here to blow up the computer." And she says, "You idiots! Kishganok sent them. Kill them." And we're going to go back into initiative.
Okay.
Now, in the interest of time, do we want to re-roll or just stick with those numbers?
Let's stick with the numbers.
Let's just stick with those numbers.
Can we just progress along?
So I'm going to say Mercs 5 and 2 have gone. I'm going to say, Glorp, if you want to go, I'm going to say it's your turn.
So, based on my position, I can see into this room.
I think you're actually standing on top of the mercenary. One of the mercenaries.
Well, I was trying to shove my way next to...
Okay. Well, you can see into the room. Let's say you can lean around the corner.
Yeah. So, which of these things is the computer?
Let me read to you about this room. That's a good idea. This room obviously houses the main computer. 4 large brown, orange, and cream cabinets stand in the center of the room on a low plinth, and a hard copy printer stands against the wall. So that thing to the east, that's a printer, because, printers are gigantic, of course.
Yes, and very important in the future.
That's right, very important. There are cables strewn across the floor, and there are 3 human males working on this computer. And then there's this human female. She was probably doing something with the backside of that computer terminal, based on where she moved from. Other things you notice, let's see, the room is basically empty. The central computer is humming. And I guess one last little thing, because it's in the adventure as written, there's a stuffed green dragon toy on the desk, or on the one of the terminals of this big computer here.
I will be picking that up.
I'm guessing it's a reference to TSR.
The computer is basically the big 4 squares in the middle.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Since, I don't know, I probably, in my position, I can't really get a shot with my rifle, can I?
With your grenade rifle?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, if you want, you could try to lean around the corner and fire that grenade rifle into the room if you really want to. Yeah. I would maybe give you a little bit of a penalty.
I mean, alternatively, I can just lob a hand grenade around the corner instead, if it's less of a penalty.
I would say that's a little easier.
All right, then I will, as they're arguing about killing us, I'm just going to say, excuse me, just a moment, and pop a pin out of a grenade and toss it into the room. Right at the computers, and hopefully maybe get the woman in the blast radius.
Okay.
This is approved grenade technique, by the way.
Is it? Yeah, Red knows. He's many a time bump past somebody and say, excuse me, and drop the grenade.
You have to say, excuse me, before you throw.
Say, excuse me. Excuse me in the hole.
And this gives me a wall to retreat behind when it explodes as well. So I figure I'm being safe.
A frag grenade?
Yeah.
Right. An old-fashioned pineapple grenade that sends hundreds of shards in all directions. A successful reaction speed check reduces the damage by half. Inertia screens and skein suits reduce damage as well in a cumulative fashion. For example, a character who dodges the grenade and is wearing a skein suit takes no damage.
So my main target is the computer.
Computer, right. I'm trying to find what the radius is, though. For some reason, I don't... Seems like I should have that, shouldn't I?
Actually see it. Every grenade has the same area of effect, a circle with diameter of 3 meters, or a radius of 1.5 meters. Yeah, pretty much just the kind of a 3x3 square grid is what they recommend using.
So something like that is the area of effect. I've labeled it on the map. Oh, wait, is that where you're aiming at?
Yeah, pretty much, I think.
Okay. So make an attack roll with that grenade.
Is this the thrown skill, I imagine?
That's right.
Ooh, 0-1. 1. I
rolled
a 1.
That's
a good thing.
That is a critical hit. I said, oh no, because of my poor computer. You're blowing up my poor computer.
Is that 8d10 and then twice that? Or?
Yeah, so a frag grenade is 8d10 damage plus a stun effect.
16d10s?
So yeah, 16d10.
Nice.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think they're going to be able to put any of these people back together.
Okay.
What was it, Brandon? Tell the audience.
103. 103 shrapnel damage.
All right, so this woman is going to try to make a reaction speed check.
There goes the laundromat.
She's going to first try to dodge, but, well, she can't. Yeah, she could. She could roll over your number and under her dodge skill, right? So she could try to dodge.
Well, it's very easy to roll over a 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a great chance to dodge, though. However, I rolled a 17, so she does dodge, which means she's going to take half damage.
If she's savvy, she hit the floor.
Half of 103.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Reaction speed. I think it should be a dodge check. The rules for fragmentation grenades say, remember, we're testing rules here.
Yeah.
Under fragmentation grenade, it says a successful reaction speed check reduces the damage by half.
It's like a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition dex saving throw, right?
Like a dex save, right? The question is, should I use that or should I use a dodge check? What do you think makes more sense?
It's not dodging so
Okay.
much. Like, dodging is somebody takes a swing at you and you duck out of the way.
Okay.
This is more get the heck
Hit the
away
floor.
from the
Yeah,
hit the
reaction.
floor.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when we get a reaction speed check then, which means she succeeds, so she's going to take half the damage. Is she wearing a skein suit? She's wearing a skein suit, which basically means she takes no damage. She dodges the grenade and is wearing a skein suit. Then she hits the floor. The skein suit does take... Wow. So the skein suit absorbs that damage, though.
Like 51 damage.
So 51 damage, which destroys the skein suit. Like, her skein suit is shredded.
This is a family-friendly podcast, Mike.
Yeah, it's turning into a real 80s game here.
The skein suit still exists. It just no longer provides additional protection.
It's like
right?
the tear on the arm and the
That's
tear
right.
on the leg.
It covers up just the critical parts
That's
at this
right,
point.
exactly.
Oh dear. You haven't succeeded quite in taking her out, but you did reduce her armor, basically. And the computer on that side looks demolished.
Excellent.
It is just off.
Okay.
The other terminals are weakly beeping, but that side is just trashed.
I can do more actions, can't I?
You can.
All right, there's a mercenary in front of me. I'm going to stab him
Come on, second grenade.
with my electro sword.
Okay.
So it's a minus 10. Ooh, I rolled a 22. It's a critical hit.
Nice.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Incredible.
Let's everybody else just back off.
I'm just going to go upstairs, find something to drink.
So are we doing the static bonus thing or not?
I don't know. We haven't done it yet. Do you want to start doing it just to see how it changes things?
Yeah, let's try
Okay.
it.
What's the static bonus again? Remind me?
So it's going to be 1/10 of the weapon skill you're using.
Oh, that's right.
This person's going to try to dodge your attack. You're attacking Merc number 3. Is that who you're attacking?
Yes, I think so. Mark 3.
Right. Their dodge chance is not great. No, they failed to dodge. So you hit them.
My melee skill is 87, so it'll be plus 8.
Right.
8d10 plus 8 for the critical. Oh, I have to do roll. Right. So 73 electric damage.
Wow. Okay, 73 electric damage. You cut into this guy.
Sorry.
He's wearing a skein suit, which provides no protection. Which means you just cut him down. Or rather, you just zap him and he collapses to the floor.
Smoke rising out of his body.
Yes. Extra crispy.
Let's do it again.
Okay. Now, the guy around the corner, I'm going to give some cover.
Cover from a melee attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and although I guess you could
I
just
could
step.
step on his body
yeah.
and...
Yeah, just step over that smoking corpse.
All right,
And-
so that second attack was at a minus 10 penalty because of my, what's it called, right? My extra limbs.
That's right. You have a smaller penalty because of your extra limbs for your multiple actions. Yep. And now you're taking another action.
Yeah. So instead of 87, my target is 67.
Right.
And I rolled a 57.
Another hit.
Yeah. Is he going to dodge?
No, he can't dodge. with the 57. If you hit with the 57, he couldn't roll over your number.
Okay.
Right, so it's not possible for him to dodge.
And then 32 damage electric.
And this is Merc 2. All right, Merc 2 does not go down, but poor Merc 2 is badly hurt. This gain suit is not providing any protection against these electrical attacks.
All right, I'm going to step out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was just a cool mental image of you like using one of your arms to throw a grenade and another one to like do sword fighting. That's so cool.
That is very cool. Yeah. He had like the grenade held behind his back.
Yeah.
Right? And the other arm behind his back ready to pull the pin. That's pretty great. I love it. So the next person to go, Merc 6. Human movement is 30. So they get to move one more. All right, so this human steps around the side of this smoking computer and is shocked at the scene that is revealed as he sees his boss shredded, at least her skein suit.
But she might also be shredded. She might work out.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, we'd be able to tell at this point.
The adventure doesn't tell me. You'll have to use your imagination. And sees another one of his teammates badly zapped. The only target he can really see clearly is Verspicklick Ticketic. So Merc 6 doesn't have a ranged weapon. He pulls out a sonic sword, and that is the end of his round. He takes an object interaction to pull out a sonic sword, and that is his action for the round. All right. And now we're on to Merc number 4. So another mercenary that is around the corner steps up near Merc 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Steps behind his boss and also sees Verspicklick Ticketic. What does this guy have? Merc 4 has a laser rifle. So he says, "Holy cow! Wow! There's a whole bunch of. I'm gonna shoot. Wow!" And doesn't manage to get a sentence out, but takes a shot at Verspicklick Ticketic.
All right.
You can tell he's turned his laser rifle up a bit. It's not on full power, because that would blow the whole magazine. But he's turned it up a bit. Let's see if he can hit you. Let's see. Beam weapon skill. And this guy's wearing an albedo suit and not a skein suit, which means he's resistant to energy weapons. Which is just like you, actually. Aren't you also wearing an albedo suit?
Yeah, I was going to say, I see you're wearing an albedo suit. So am I.
Who's your tailor?
But he misses. He rolls a 61 over 50 and misses you. And you know what? I'm going to take another shot at a minus 20 penalty. And I rolled a 10, which is a hit. So he does manage to hit you, and it's going to do 10d10 plus 5.
Wow.
What?
You have an albedo suit.
Yeah.
An I'll beat you suit.
Yeah. I think it's his Alfredo suit every time I look at it.
Little stains all over it.
Yeah.
Pizza by Alfredo.
Oof.
A total of 69 points of damage.
Nice.
All right. And how much does it receive? Is it 100?
It reflects all the damage from laser weapons, but it takes 1 point of damage for each point of damage from the weapon. So what that means is your suit can absorb up to 100 points of damage. It has just absorbed 69 points of damage, leaving 31 points left.
Okay.
That is that Merc's turn. Any other actions, including dodging, will now suffer a minus 40 penalty because they acted twice in that round.
I just had this tailored.
Wasna Yazir, what do you want to do?
Well, the first thing that he does is he lets out a wail at the sound of the explosion because he knows exactly what it means. That precious computer has been destroyed, and the sound of a trailing beep is all that's left in memory of the smoking machine. What are you doing?
You knew what we were getting into.
It's worse than a scream.
Yes, it is a scream to him. He drops the hardware components that he had picked up. That's what caused the noise that started all this to begin with.
Sure.
He was entranced by the shiny bits and wanted to collect them, but now, seeing that there's action going on, he sprints down to here behind Verspicklick Ticketic, and he's going to take aim and try and shoot a gyrojet pistol at Merc 2.
Now you are they're 2 meters away from you, right? They're pretty close. And with gyrojets...
Has an arming distance, right?
Right, before the rocket engages. You actually might want to take a step further back.
Okay. Then he gauges things and steps back. And what is that arming distance?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the range information for gyrojet pistol. Short is 0 to 5. So you actually want to be 5 meters or further away. Yeah, you want to be like 0. No, I'm sorry. You're actually fine there. Yeah, you're fine there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think what we talked about, what Brandon suggested was the damage should ramp up as the distance increases.
Okay, right.
And it should be very low when you're close.
Yeah, when you're close, it shouldn't do much damage, but as you're farther away, up to some limit, it should do more damage. I don't know. I think that's interesting. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I like it.
Yeah. So I'm going to run a mile backwards and...
We've described before what gyrojet, how gyrojets work
I guess we
for
haven't.
the listeners.
Yeah, so the bullets have little jets in them so that they get a jet boost as they're fired. And it's supposed to help with penetration. Not sure what the net effect really is. Sounds like it's pretty minimal in reality, but because they are a real thing. But in this game, it's going to probably miss, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think like a gyrojet, they get launched at a pretty slow speed.
Right.
They don't have gunpowder or anything like that, right? And so the rocket only kicks in a few meters away from the pistol.
Yeah, it's basically a tiny rocket you shot out of a pistol. So if you shot it point blank, you can stop it with the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
So what'd you roll?
I rolled a 20 under 25.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the damage should be. I was going to say 2d10 per range increment, but that would mean it could add up to quite a lot at longer ranges, but maybe that's okay.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think you are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 5 away. If you wanted to take one step further back, you would be at medium range, and it would do a bit more damage, but you'd have a -10 to hit.
No, this is fine.
We'll leave it where it is. So it's 2d10 damage.
I'm surprised I even hit. A total of 9 points of damage.
All right. And that's to Merc 2.
That's right.
Did you add your weapon skill to that?
Oh, yeah. Add 2 more.
Okay, 11 total. Thank you.
Good call.
You did not defend the computer.
This person's skein suit absorbs part of the damage, but they take the rest, and now they're in really bad shape. This person has been already shocked by that electro sword.
If I may, to conclude my turn, can I take a quick glance inside this room? I don't know that we've done that yet.
Yeah. In fact, instead of doing a search spot check, why don't you do a identify or knowledge check for computers? Why don't you do a knowledge identify computers check?
Okay. Nope. 63 over 47.
Okay. Well, all you can see with that is that there are some computer cartridges on the floor here. Some have been crushed, and there were some around a computer terminal, and you're not sure what's going on.
What a waste.
Probably more games.
Is that all you're doing this turn?
Yes, I think that's plenty.
Okay, nice. Thegra, what do you want to do?
Thegra is not thrilled to see all these people dying, but she is thrilled to be able to heal some people later, maybe. But right now, the main objective is keeping her teammates alive, so she is going to toss a dose grenade into that room from where she's standing. I think if I center it on the lady in the laundromat, whose name I did not catch.
Miss Tennick.
But she's going to toss a dose grenade there, hoping to catch, I think it's Merc 2 and Merc
4.
Yep. And her, at the very least.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. If you miss, then you might end up affecting some of your teammates, but we'll see how it goes.
There's a problem, and she's not the best at throwing things. But let's try it. So I'm assuming grenades just thrown.
Throwing weapon skill, that's right.
All right, come on. Oh, that's 84 over 30.
Ooh.
All right, that means we get to go to the grenade bounce diagram.
Oh,
no.
I'm glad I'm back where I am.
All right, let me look up the grenade bounce. I'm going to go back to the original rules to find this because I forgot to put it in these expanded rules.
Watch it roll all the way back to me.
Yeah, just you.
Roll a d10.
That is a 1.
A 1. Boy, you must live right.
This
instead of landing on her square, it lands on the square behind her, right on top of Merc 4.
Nice.
Ooh, I will happily take it.
That means that she and that mercenary need to make stamina checks to try to stay awake. So Merc 4 makes a stamina check. Merc 4 has not been wounded yet. They've got a decent chance of making this, and they do. And then she has not actually been wounded. She has got a decent chance of making it, and she does too. So neither of them falls asleep. But now I need to fill this area with gas for a moment. So let me do that. So this area is now filled with gas. Sleepy time gas.
How long does that last?
The chemical cloud is neutralized at the beginning of the thrower's next round. So basically for the rest of this round until your turn comes back around. Thegra, did you want to do anything else?
Let's see. Tossing another grenade would be a terrible idea because I'll give a negative 20 penalty and I'll have to roll under 10. That's not going to happen. The middle of combat is a terrible time to administer stay dose. She is just going to back away a bit, I suppose. Oops. Yeah, she'll go back here. She wants to stay alive so that she can keep her teammates alive after this.
Thegra backs away from this bottleneck at the door where all this fire is going back and forth, grenades are being tossed. And that brings us now to Miss Fiona Talink. This woman is standing inside this cloud coughing, and she looks at all of you and then looks at that briefcase that's right next to S.C.U.M vs. Ticketic. And she pulls out a laser Derringer and takes a shot at the briefcase.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if she hits it. All right, here we go.
Is the briefcase wearing a skiing suit?
It's not, no. The briefcase didn't plan very well, I'm afraid. All right, so her beam weapon skill is that. Oh, she hits. Okay, the briefcase can't dodge, as it turns out. So here's what happens. Wait, actually, I have to check something to make sure that that even makes any sense for her to do. It just occurred to me that might actually be really dumb. Hold on a moment. How close is she? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, she's too close. Never mind. I'm going to retcon this slightly. That doesn't make sense. That would be suicidal. She takes a few steps back.
Oh, no.
Does she risk hitting her buddy Merc 2 doing that? Does it get cover?
Yes, she's going to definitely affect some of her friends here. I need to check the range, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I feel like friends might be a bit optimistic.
What I mean is, does the briefcase get cover against
yes,
her
it gets
shot
cover
from it?
That's right, but she still hit it.
What's in the box?
Yeah, she's at short range, so no penalty. And so, yeah, she hits it, and it explodes.
Oh, boy.
The briefcase just suddenly explodes, and you realize it must have been filled with Tornadium D19.
Not Tornadium D19.
The same.
Oh, no.
We have some also.
Who's carrying our Tornadium D19, and are they in range of this explosion?
I think we left it in the car.
Oh, good, I think.
Did we?
So the damage is a 6-meter radius. So that is like that. There we go. That'll work.
Oh, so everyone.
Whoa.
Yeah, pretty much everyone.
Jeez.
And you all need to make a reaction speed check.
Oh, that's my worst skill.
Is it just rolling under our reaction speed?
Yes, roll under your reaction speed, and I've got to do that for these mercs as well.
But can't we also, like, dodge or something?
This is dodging. This is hitting the floor.
Gotcha.
47, which is above my 30.
Okay.
80 something. One of my single-digit die fell off the edge, but my reaction speed is 40, so it does not matter.
Okay.
87 over my 60.
Okay.
We are all wrecked.
Yeah.
TPK.
This is why I asked, do you have the Richard Nixon thing about what happens if the astronauts all die? You need an outro for in case we fail.
Rhett, what'd you get?
Waz was completely absorbed in the room behind him. Back turned to everything. He got a 97 over 50.
Oh, no. Well, there's no critical failures on these checks. It's not going to do double damage.
Yeah.
But it is going to do 60-10 damage. It could be a lot worse.
Does the skiing suit protect against this?
It does. It takes half the damage.
Great. Yep, I will be using that.
Probably should invest in one of
That's
those.
43 points of damage.
Oh no.
It could be worse.
43. So the skin suit takes half of it, and we take the other half if we have a skin suit?
That's right.
Okay, so
And
half of 43.
Yeah, so it would be
21.
21 to your skein suit and 21 to you.
Okay.
So because I have an albedo suit,
You take all of it.
yeah, I went down from 50 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Thagora is at -3. Thagora is thrown against the wall, and she is unconscious, I suppose?
Thagora doesn't have a skein suit?
Thagora does not have a lot of strength. She cannot carry a lot of stuff. She opted to pack medical supplies and not personal protection.
Oh, no.
Okay, wow. So yeah, Thagora is thrown back against that desk in the wall by the explosion and is unconscious. Unfortunately, Merc 2 is also unconscious, or fortunately for you. I'll just mark them dead. Merc 4 is wearing... Oh, no. Merc 4 is wearing an albedo suit. So they take all that damage too.
Sweet.
They're not down, but they are about to fall over. They're in really rough shape. Okay, and that is that woman's turn. We're back to Scum versus Picklick
Are
Ticketic.
you alive?
I mean, yeah, you can tell at this point now that he's shredded.
He's missing another toe.
Yeah, he's lost more than the one toe.
How many limbs do you have left?
I think I have a stay dose, but my medical skill is terrible.
Both were Thagora is carrying a bunch of medical supplies. She's carrying a full med kit and other things.
You could apply a stim dose.
Yeah, he's a leader, right? He's gonna take care of his people. So he's gonna go up. Can I take one of her medical things out of her bag?
Sure, yeah, you could take a stim dose out of her bag.
All right.
The stim dose is a pretty common item. You would need to, let's see. Let me read the rules here. Yeah, you would basically need to make first aid check.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna try. I got a 22.
Oh.
A 70.
I rolled a 70, which is over a 22.
All right, so I'm going to say you're sort of fumbling the stim dose, and this round you're just not able to administer it.
And then can I take another action?
You could do something else. You could even try again at a penalty, except that there's no way you would
You
succeed.
could get a
so
1 or a 2.
That's true. You could get a 0-1 through a 0-5.
So was that one action?
That was one well, you moved and then one action. That I guess there's an object interaction. You pulled the item out.
We can say that Thagora's bag spilled on the ground, so he just had to grab one off the floor.
That's fair. That's fine. I'll allow it.
All right, so he's gonna kind of go over and he's messing with the medical stuff, and he's not getting the plunger right and all that stuff. So he just kind of tosses it to the side. So he'll, all right, man, I don't really want to be back in harm's way.
Do you have any more grenades?
No, I gave all my grenades to Glorb.
Yeah, isn't that in order so you could carry the giant machine gun?
Yeah, so
That's right.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I'm rereading the rules here. I think you can apply a stim dose automatically. I don't think you have to make a first aid check to apply it.
Oh, sweet.
If you want to do the extra first aid healing, you need to make a first aid check. But I think you can just apply a stim dose automatically. I don't think you have to roll for that. It's like a potion of healing. It's just you get 10 hit points back, the end.
All right, well, I'll do that. Oh, sweet. And then can I give another one to myself?
Yeah, you could do that.
All right. I'm going to give one to Thagora, one to myself. And then I'm going to go hide. Can I hide behind this table?
Yeah, there's a desk that's been pushed over or something like that, a chair or something. Yeah, you can hide behind that, take some soft cover. Thagora, you wake up, and the Fresk that healed you is just skittered behind some furniture. Yours sort of slumped against the wall, your medical supplies on the floor. Actually, you know what? I just remembered. I'm sorry, I'm remembering the rules as we play. You can't do 2 object interactions in a turn.
Okay.
So you can't dose yourself as well. You can do that next turn.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to go behind the table, and I've still got 2 actions, right? So one is I'm going to set up... Wait, so I can't set up the machine gun because that would be an object interaction.
That's right. Yeah, you get 1 object interaction per turn.
Okay.
Couldn't do that instead of an action?
No.
No.
You can do
Interesting.
skill checks. If there are skill checks you want to make, if there are, if you had a weapon out and you wanted to shoot it, but you get one object interaction per turn. Otherwise, it just turns into I open the door, I pull out a gun, I throw a grenade. You could do a whole lot of things, and we're trying to limit the number of things you can do per turn.
All right, well then I'm going to go down and I'm going to try to fire at Merc 4.
Okay.
And I did want to correct, I was listening to episode 2, and I think I only counted my bullets as, the first time I ever fired was I counted it as one bullet, but I forgot that I have it taped to automatic, or taped to burst. And so I did reduce my ammo by an extra 10 that I missed the first time.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to fire one of my guns at Merc 4 with he had the albedo suit, right?
That's right.
Okay. So it's a minus 20 because I already used an action.
That's right.
I have an 80, so it would be, I need to get it under a 60. I got a 41, which is under a 60
Yay.
for a burst fire.
That is a hit. They're going to try to dodge.
Okay.
And they don't roll. They succeed in a dodge roll, but they didn't roll over your 41, which means that you hit them.
Great.
What's the minimum damage you would do?
So the minimum would be 10 plus 8, so 18.
Okay, they're dead.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this guy was just teetering on the edge of consciousness, and you gun him down.
That's for my suit.
All right, and then for my final action, I'm just going to try to inspire Glorp.
All right.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
How
skill.
does it work?
Oh, and can I still move?
Yeah.
I'd like to move out of the way now.
Okay.
How do you inspire me?
I'll just say,
Keep on stabbing, Glor.
You got it, buddy.
so I'll roll an inspiration. And so now it's minus 40, I think.
That's right.
Oh, no.
So I need to roll under a 40. Nice!
Whoa!
Critical success.
So I
Critical
rolled,
success.
I rolled a 3, which is under a 40.
I'm critically inspired. What does it mean?
Allies gain a plus 5% bonus to a skill check or plus 10% with a critical success. So that means that Glorp could apply a plus 10 bonus to a skill check.
Does it have to be the first one I use, or can I choose when to apply it?
I'll let you choose, but it has to be on your next turn.
Okay.
All right? Nice.
So yeah, I've just been skittering around all over the place doing different things.
Merc 5 runs around. You can't see Merc 5 until maybe now. They run around the outside of this computer, and they look at this scene of carnage, and they step back out of view. And you hear Merc 5 say, "Hey, boss, I think maybe we better talk. Maybe we should try talking." And that is his turn.
It's a good idea.
Glorp.
All right, so Glorp doesn't realize that, or doesn't know yet, I guess, whether Thegra is okay or not. So he's going to charge into the room. Is the sleepy gas still there?
Oh no, the sleepy gas is now gone.
Okay. I'm going to charge up to that nasty woman with my sword drawn and say to her, "That was our doctor you blew up. She swore to keep everyone we fight alive, so if you killed her, I apologize for what's about to happen to you." And I'm going to stab with my electro sword, 57 under 87.
Nice.
So that's going to hit.
She can't dodge that. Her dodge skill is not high enough.
That's 40, 10, 14 damage. That's it. Whoa.
Really quick, I have to interrupt really quick. I'm reading up the Dodge Grenade rules, and apparently the chemical cloud is not neutralized until the beginning of my next round.
Oh,
so,
your turn.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, wait, you didn't take your turn yet?
I mean, my turn. After my turn, I got blown up.
Oh, we
Yeah, I
haven't
don't
gotten
think
back.
Tigra's turn happened yet.
No, we haven't gotten
so-
back to you. Okay, yeah, so that cloud is still there.
So I
Yeah.
run through it.
Yeah, you run through it. That's fine. You run through the cloud.
Do I have to roll to not fall asleep?
I feel like you can hold your breath
Yeah.
for long enough to run through 3 meters of gas cloud.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with saying you can run through the cloud.
Okay.
If you ended your turn there, I'd make you roll. But if you want to run through it, I'd say that's fine.
Okay, well, I'm going to take my inspired action now and save my minus 1d10 to attack again. I'll attack her with my, since she doesn't have a skein suit on anymore, the second attack will be with my pole arm.
Oh,
It's another arm. 33! Critical hit.
critical hit.
Nice. Way to go.
Awesome.
So that's going to be 8d10.
Oh no.
She gets 55 damage.
Nice.
Okay. Wow, so she falls unconscious.
All right, and then I'll turn to the merc next to me.
Yeah, the one who wants to talk.
Is that the one? What kind of suit is he wearing?
That's actually not. That's Merc 6. Merc 5 was the one who wants to talk. But Merc 6 is wearing a skein suit.
All right, then he gets the electro sword.
Okay.
So that was 87. Do I get minus 20 now or minus 10 from the previous one? So I had 87, then I had an inspired thing, which was 87. So am I down to 77 or 67?
67. The
All right.
inspired thing would just help with the 1.
All right, 67. I rolled 13.
Nice.
Okay, so that's a hit.
All right, this is going to be electric damage. Oh, I forgot to add my plus 8 last time. That doesn't matter. 19 damage.
Okay, 19 damage to Merc 6.
I'm going to go try again. 57 is my target now. 23.
Wow. Oh my gosh. 23. He might be able to dodge that. Hang on.
Okay.
He's a chance. Oh, I might have. Hold on. I might have dodged that. No, I didn't.
All right. Well, it takes 40 damage.
40?
40.
He dodges into the pole arm.
Okay, so this, what kind of damage was this? Electrical?
That was electric, yeah.
Yeah, electric? Okay, so that person also goes down.
What a turn.
All right.
Wow.
Who's next? And that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
This is like the end of Macbeth.
So, Wazna Yasir, what would you like to do? You put in a good shot and then suddenly glorp, ran into the room and just mowed everybody down.
Yeah. I'm going to run for the computer.
Okay.
Which one was it that got affected?
Well, once you run into the room, you can see there's... I'm going to move you out of the cloud,
Okay.
though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that this big square in the middle of the room is basically 4 large computer systems connected together, and the southern 2 have been basically destroyed.
Okay.
But the northern 2 are still barely functioning.
He pauses for a moment and his eyes go big. Orange and cream. It's beautiful. And then he runs up here to the north side, desperately trying to find some way to appreciate the computer system from here.
Make a knowledge identify check on computers.
All right, get back to that. All right, now my target is 47.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
Critical failure, 99 over 47.
Oh no.
I'm just awestruck by these things.
I'm just gonna say you spend the rest of your turn just staring at it. You don't figure anything out this turn.
It's just too beautiful.
Whatever they're trying to do, you're not interested. It's just such a shockingly bland color scheme.
You remember the iMac that had like the color cowl on it?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
right.
seeing here.
Right. Except like 5 times bigger.
It's so beautiful.
The plastic casing is slightly translucent.
That's right.
Thegra, what do you want to do? The cloud dissipates.
Thegra comes to. She sees the spent stem dose on the floor next to her and looks over at Verlig. Pardon me, I'm holding my notes. Verspik Lickticketic. Hope I got that right.
Yes.
And she'll say, good. The drills I put y'all through worked. It's good. Are we winning?
Maybe?
You don't look so good. And she's gonna amble over, kind of favoring a couple of her legs, and she's gonna apply a stim dose to S.C.U.M Verspik.
Make a first aid check.
That is a 65 under 97. So that is success.
You are able to apply a stim dose, I assume, right?
Yes. It's a 1d10 plus 10, I think.
So, yeah, it's 1d10 plus 10. That's correct.
You get 15 stamina back.
Nice.
And then she actually does not see her teammates, so she's gonna move down so she can get a view into the room. She sees, let's see, 3 dead mercs, the lady standing next to Glorp, and the other merc, I think that one's also dead.
Right.
The
How's that
lady should be down as
the
well.
lady's
Yeah,
unconscious.
she's unconscious,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so she basically does not see anyone. Okay, if she sees no threats anymore, she's gonna walk into the room, or over here, just through the doorway, and there's just one merc left alive.
Right.
She's gonna try to shoot him with her electrostunner.
Okay, you're gonna take a -20 penalty.
Is okay. I think that's using the beam skill.
That's right.
Okay.
The -20 penalty just for the listeners because he's already taken an action this round.
Oof. Her beam skill is actually pretty decent. Maybe she took a elective class. Maybe she was on the sharpshooting team in college. Alas, that is a 70 over 50.
Ooh.
Okay, so
She misses.
unfortunately your electrostunner misses the merc. Did you want to do anything else this turn?
I'm gonna move. Seeing that she misses, she's gonna move back out the door. I believe I still have movement for that.
Yep.
This game gives you a lot of movement for.
You have
I
a
think
lot of
these are
movement.
6-second rounds, same as
Right,
Dungeons and
that's right.
Dragons.
You can really move around a lot if you want to, unless you're a human. Humans don't get. I guess even
Or
humans
me.
get to move 25. Yeah.
No, humans get 30.
My
don't
base
they?
speed is 20.
30.
Yeah, 30 meters
Yeah.
is a long way to
Yeah.
go in 6 seconds,
Yeah.
especially in combat
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah, maybe we'll adjust those downwards because it does seem like an awful lot. Verspicklick Tickatic.
His little ear holes perk up when he hears somebody talking about talking, and so he is going to kind of amble his way now into the room. He's going to straighten the half of a tie that he has left, and then he's going to walk up to Merc 5 and say,
I heard that you would like to bargain.
Yeah. I think I think that you have won. I think it's fair to say the boss is unconscious. Do you mind if I give her a stem dose because she's the one paying me? I'll put my weapons down. I'll put her weapon down.
Would you mind if we tied her up first?
All right, sure. Go ahead.
Can Thegra pop her head back in through the door and say, I can administer a stim dose if you'd like?
I would like very much. Yes, please. That'd be great.
Thegra, please tie her up before you do so.
Okay. Thegra is going to walk over as she's stepping over the 3-4 dying mercs. She's going to quickly pop a stay dose into everyone. As she's walking over, she goes, boop, 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 and just injects them all with a stay dose to make sure they're all alive at the end of this. And then she's going to walk over to their boss and give her a stim dose. No, she's going to tie her up. She's going to try to tie her up first.
With what?
Great question.
cable
Let's
on
look
the
at my
floor.
inventory.
All those.
Oh, I was
all
hoping
those
you would
loose
notice
cables.
that. Yeah.
Okay, yep. Then she'll grab some of the cables. She's going to tie her up.
Why did this computer suddenly turn off?
She's gonna make sure that she's not binding her in a way that's gonna cause long-term problems like blood clots,
course.
etc.
Right.
She is a medical professional, and then once she's secured, she will apply a stim dose.
All right. Make a first aid check for her.
First aid check. Oh my goodness, that is a 99.
Oh no!
Oh, there's an air bubble.
That's literally the only way that Thegra can fail.
Oh
"You have a
no!
97?"
I have a 97. This is literally the only way that Thegra can fail.
I knew Greg was your fault.
How dare you?
The patient suffers 1d10 damage
Oh, no.
from misapplied medical care.
It's a rare allergy. It happens sometimes. One out of 100 patients are allergic to this. There is no way I could have known.
Oh dear.
Why is she turning blue?
So is she dead?
Roll 1d10 damage.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good at least. That's a 1.
All right, so you did only a little bit of damage. She's just a little more unconscious now.
Long-term damage.
You can't do another stim dose. You could try first aid again, I think.
Yeah, I'll do another first aid now
Yeah,
that
you
now
could-
that
you could
I know
try
she's
again.
allergic. Which you should have known as well. You said stim dose.
I didn't know.
Where's your bracelet?
She didn't mention an allergy. She should wear one of those bracelets.
Okay, a rules question. If my skill is a 97 and I rolled a 97, is that success or failure?
That's another critical failure because critical failures are 96 to 100.
I would like to point out that canonically, Thegora was just unconscious and knocked back in an explosion. This is not a reflection on my skills as a physician. These are extreme circumstances as she's trying to patch her up.
She's very groggy.
Never practice medicine while suffering from a concussion.
It's a lesson to you all, kids.
You're doing so much good with this show, Mike.
Roll your 1d10 damage.
Oh, this poor woman. 7.
Oh no. You can tell that she is approaching death's door.
You're like trying to resuscitate her, you just breaking her ribs. You punctured a lung, actually, as you give her chest compressions.
It's okay. I have more stay doses. She will not die today. This will not be another Greg.
Do you want to try again?
With a minus 40, right?
No. You don't have a penalty now because we're out of combat. We're out of combat, so don't worry about that.
Yes, Thegora is bound and determined to prove that she's a good medic.
No, I think you should give him the negative 40 because I feel like she's starting to squirm away at this point.
Yeah, I think all of the cumulative negative things that have happened to her have got to make a penalty happen.
Okay, we'll make it a minus 20 penalty then.
How is she fighting back? She's unconscious. Okay, third first aid. Come on, this is...
What's the number?
You know, they say the dice want to tell a story, and the dice told me that 96 is the result.
Oh my goodness. Okay, roll your 1d10. Let's see if you kill her.
Oh, it hurts, it hurts. If we were physically all present, I would have y'all look at this result. Okay, it fell off the table, Let's do it. Okay, 3, just 3.
Not dead yet.
No.
Really?
Stop it.
Oh, there's the problem. You tied the cable around her neck.
Oh, human. Yes, they don't like that.
Oh my goodness! Would this guy let Thegora continue?
The Thegora is gonna keep trying unless somebody pulls her away.
Yeah, Merc says, you know what? I think I'm gonna try. Is it okay if I try? I'm gonna try helping her. Is that okay?
Yeah, when Edward Scissorhands practices medicine, right?
Okay.
I feel like his penalty has to be at least minus 40 at this point. He's working on a very difficult patient.
Well, I think the problems are mostly in Thegra's head at this point.
Yeah.
He manages to succeed.
You see, that's how it's done, Thegra.
I showed him where... She backs away.
Unfortunately, she only gets 10 stamina back. Yeah, so she is not regaining consciousness anytime soon at this point. And he says, well, I guess this job's over?
Yes. So, who hired you exactly, and what was your purpose here?
Yeah, so she did. Yep, that's the deal. She hired us. The job was to break in here, disable any of the guards. She said that the duty roster had been lightened recently when she noticed she checked the computer, and it should be easy to get in. And we were supposed to steal whatever information she could get so that she could blackmail the guy who owns the place, and we would get a cut of the money. That was the plan.
I see.
Hey, I got an idea. Listen, okay? Okay, you ready?
Yes.
I got an idea.
Time is money, friend.
Oh, yeah, by the way, my name is Klinder Ross.
Okay.
And I was just wondering if maybe we could all, I could download this information, we could go with the same plan, except we cut you guys in on it.
Klinder.
And then we blow up the computer, because we were going to do that too. We were going to blow up the computer, but first we were going to get a bunch of information out of it, and then she was going to skip town and blackmail the Vrusk who owns this place. She told us something like she stole a bunch of money from this place, right? Like she used to work here, and she stole a bunch of money from the place, and she was thinking that like the police, the Star Law was going to come after her or something, but they never did. And she figured well, what the heck? If they're not going to come after me, I might as well try to get more out of it, right? And she's going to cut us in on that, but we could cut you in on it.
Klinder, can I call you Jeff?
Why?
So, Jeff, we might be scum, but we are not scum. We never go back on a deal. However...
Actually, you know what? I want you to make an empathy or insight check.
Okay.
I want Verspiklik Ticketic to make an empathy or insight check. What's that skill called? That social skill.
Read emotion, empathize?
Yeah, read emotion / empathize. I want you to do that.
Okay, he's not very empathetic.
You're going to get a bonus for reasons I'll explain shortly.
It's
not that much of a bonus.
It's going to have to be a pretty high bonus. I have a 22 in read, emotion, empathize, and I rolled a 75.
Okay, never mind. All right, so continue your response. I'm sorry to interrupt.
However, Scum is hiring, Jeff. So if you would like to join our cause, we might be willing to negotiate.
Huh. What's the pay?
Less than us.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess give me your info, you know?
Here's my card.
And he reaches in, but then it's like a bunch of like torn up pieces of like shredded paper.
I'll email it to you.
Okay, great. Here's my contact info then. It's my anonymous email, all right? This is my secure email, my secret email, all right?
Yahoo. Ugh.
Yeah. Yahoo's great. Are you kidding? He's explained to you they were here to steal this data and then blow up the computer and leave, and they were going to try to blackmail the guy who owns the place. Now, I will let anyone else that wants to make a read emotion empathize check. You won't get the bonus that Verspiklik Ticketic would have gotten. Or did get.
There goes a 17. She's not even going to try.
Look at Foundry. I rolled an 11.
Glorp with an 11, a critical success.
Out of 25.
So, Glorp, you're looking at this, and you look at the wall, and there's a picture of a Vrusk on the wall, and you think about the picture in the lobby, and you think back to that Vrusk that hired you, and you realize, wait a second, the guy that hired you is the guy who owns this company.
Of course.
I figured.
And Vrusk are very proud of their business operations. This is a personal thing for them. And as an employee, if she stole some money from the company, he probably didn't want that getting out. Right? It would be embarrassing, professionally humiliating for him. And so he probably wanted someone to blow up the computer so he could claim that he'd been attacked by terrorists or something, because that would be less embarrassing than having an employee steal information. And she was going to heap humiliation on top of that and blackmail him.
Interesting.
So now you have to decide, what do you want to do with her? Because, she's still around to possibly embarrass him.
Oh, well, I mean, our job is to blow up a computer, and we can do that. And maybe we can bring her with us. Seems like might double our payday.
Okay, well,
Oh, no, you're not involved in this. You get to live. That's your reward. Maybe we'll talk to you later. Get out of here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna, it's okay with you then? You're gonna blow up the computer? That's your plan?
Yeah, and you're not getting any information.
Oh, well, is it okay with you if I drag my guys out of here?
Are they all alive, Thegra?
They're stable.
Great. I'm gonna go load them up in that truck that we drove in with, and then I'm out of here, and thank you for not killing me.
Yeah.
While this has all been going on, Wozna Yazir has been lost in thought. If possible, I would like to say that when they yanked the cable to tie up Fiona, that a computer did shut down.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
He would like to salvage a hard drive out of it.
Yeah, make a, let's see. Let's make a repair computer, or I'd let you do hack security or something.
Yeah,
that would be fine too.
Same number either way.
Okay.
A 9 under 57.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you pull some data out of the drive, out of the computer. You pull a drive of some kind out of the computer.
And I'm going to quietly slip it into one of my pockets and then casually move to where everything is going on.
Okay.
Do you give it the little soft kiss first?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. My hand trails along as I walk along, shedding tears.
That's basically it. How do you guys want to wrap up your mission here? You're going to blow up the computer, take her with you?
First, Glorp is quite injured from that explosion, so Thegra, I think I got a little shrapnel in me. Can you maybe come and root around in there?
When he says shrapnel, you see Thegra's eyes open real big, and she starts approaching him. And if this were in a movie, this would look incredibly menacing because she's gonna be approaching him holding a couple of weird alien implements. But this is 100% something they've done before, and she goes in and she's gonna root around. And she's going to try to, dig all the shrapnel out, collect it. She's got the little kidney-shaped pan that she's dropping things in.
So when you reach in there, you do find something foreign that you've operated on Glorp before, obviously. We've all been in firefights and stuff. But you do find something foreign in there, and it's large and firm. So you pull it out, and it yields to your touch, and it makes a noise when you squeeze it. It goes... And it is, pulled out what is now looks like a sort of large pink deflated balloon. Ah, that's a relief. Thank you.
This is not an organ I'm familiar with.
It's a very important one. You should hang on to it.
She puts it into a kind of like a sterile-looking plastic bag and marks and writes down on it, "Research rare organ later," and just puts it in her pocket.
All right, I think we can fade out from Aramax One's facility as you finish up your work here and you do something with this woman, Fiona Talink. I don't know, maybe you tie her up and hand her over to Starlaw? Maybe you take her with you and try to convince her to give you some of that money that she stole? I don't know.
I would think we were going to... Oh, actually, are we ever going to see our employer again, to collect our money, or how do we...
Well, that's what I'll skip forward to in a moment here, if you want.
I know. I was thinking we would bring her with us, but this is a group decision.
Will the one wake up at some point before we have to make that decision? Because Thegra wants to ask her what she thinks would happen to her if we turn her over to her former employer, because Thegra does not want her to die.
Yeah, so I guess she thinks that if that were to happen, she'd probably get turned over to Starlaw.
Thegra's fine with that.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starlaw prisons have excellent medical facilities.
Okay. Basically, you hand her, maybe you tie her up and leave her outside a Starlaw office with a little note that they'll get some information later, because you're not actually supposed to meet with your employer again. You're supposed to go to the starport the next morning.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how you're supposed to get paid.
Meet with his robot.
And meet the robot. That's right. All right, so the next morning, you pull up at the Triad Low Starport, tired from a busy night. All the news vids are talking about something going down at one of the Aramax power stations. The Cybot who brought you to the mysterious Rusk is waiting as you slow to a stop. My owner says that if the news vids are any indication, you must have succeeded at your mission. He cannot access the central computer either. I therefore give you the other half of your payment and one journey class ticket to Grand Quivera. Have a pleasant journey, and remember, you are sworn to secrecy.
First Spicklick Tickatic was going to nudge Waz and be like,
"Now is your chance."
Don't let it get away.
He grinds his toe into the dirt. Oh.
The Cybot leans over and gives you a gentle peck on the cheek and says, I think you're cute too.
He's blushing furiously.
Get her comm info.
It's a near field thing.
You quietly join the other passengers making their way into the starport. Who knows what adventures lie ahead for S.C.U.M. Epilogue. Several months later, Glorp, Thegra, Verspiklik Tickatic, and Wazna Yasir are standing at the front of a conference room, a bright holo display behind them. Arrayed around a long table are a group of new recruits for S.C.U.M, the splendid company of upstanding mercenaries.
"Is Jeff there?"
I don't know.
I was wondering.
Do you think Jeff's
Oh,
there?
of course.
I think Jeff's definitely there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We definitely would have emailed him.
He's wearing
Okay.
platform shoes.
Dressed in a new suit and
Verspicklick Ticketic points at a display behind him as 3 options appear on the screen.
Welcome back, recruits. You have completed all of our human resources paperwork in triplicate, passed our introductory test, and survived basic training. It is now time for us to select the next mission.
And Wazna Yazir steps forward.
After a careful computer search, I have looked through all the offers currently available and come up with the following promising jobs. 2 of us will accompany 2 of you on the selected job, while the rest of us work on local jobs and complete our headquarters renovations.
Glorp oozes toward a seat and settles into it.
we'll select 2 of you based on your test results, psychological profile, and the needs of the mission. Also, based on your smell.
Thegra stands up taller and interjects.
And based on your medical assessment, let the hologram of Greg in the lobby serve as a reminder of what happens when you skip a medical checkup and then encounter explosions, sharp objects, and lasers, all at the same time. Now, let's get down to selecting the next job.
What we're going to do now is you're going to tell me, when we actually play this as a game, what we're going to play. And I'm going to give you 3 choices. Here are the 3 adventures that we have to choose from. The first one is called Sundown on Star Mist. In fact, maybe I should show you the art. Should I show you the art?
Yeah, that'll affect the decision.
Absolutely.
Sure. Let's judge this book by its cover.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're picking these adventures based on the art, not based on the text.
Okay, well, that's one way to do it. So there's Sundown on Star Mist. That's the cover. And here's my summary. A human merchant named Maximilian Malagig was exploring the world of Star Mist and discovered a piece of fused metal composed of an advanced alloy. The only sentient inhabitants of the world, the Heliopes, are unlikely to have created it. He wants to hire some experts to search the area for alien artifacts and treasure. All right, and here's that's the spiel that you would get if you were getting it as like an offer for a job. Here are my additional notes. This is a visit an exotic alien world adventure, and it has an amazing climax, like a dramatic, exciting climax that is really cool and fun. Fixing it will take a bit of work to make it really a coherent adventure because it's old, but it's pretty fun.
This is like a space Indiana Jones kind of thing.
Kind
That's
of.
what it looks like.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
I'm into it.
The cover for that one is 2 humans and a Dralicite running across a wooden bridge away from a little wooden hut where like this scorpion alien is coming out with a laser pistol.
Looks promising.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The next one is called Crash on Volturnus. The government of Turain Star is looking for experts to carry out a preliminary exploration of Volturnus, a newly discovered planet. The first expedition to Volturnus disappeared without a trace when it entered the Zebulon system. You are to make friendly contact with any sentient species and, if possible, rescue any survivors of the first expedition. All right, here are my additional notes. This is the classic adventure that was included with the original Star Frontiers game. When you bought the actual game rulebooks, you got Crash on Volturnus with it. And it also uses the Visit an Exotic Alien World template. But this is actually the first of a trilogy of adventures. In other words, although this is a great starter adventure, completing it will take a long time because you got to play the next 2 adventures afterward. They all take place on Volturnus.
I love the fact that in the art you can see a Dralicite really. You can see 3 feet, clearly non-human hand, and a long neck appendage going over to peek over some rocks.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
making good use of the weirdness.
Yeah, I also like the attack helicopter. That's a nice touch.
Yeah. So it's 2 humans hiding behind a rock, Dralicite and also Yazirian. And they're hiding behind a rock with very strained looks on their faces. And then there's like an attack helicopter circling in the background.
And of course, the woman is in a completely skin-tight
Of course.
outfit.
Yeah, of course. It was the 80s. It was a strange time. And then the last one, this one is called Dark Side of the Moon.
Ooh, that's a really detailed picture.
The scientist Jack LaGrange has recently won an important scientific award, and a journalist wants to interview him. He is well known for disliking journalists and travels with bodyguards, so she wants to hire her own muscle. In fact, she seems suspicious of his activities on the planet Kratar. So, additional notes, this is a very different kind of adventure from the other 2. It's kind of like a political intrigue thriller, like an investigation. And it's written for higher level characters, but I could probably modify it. And I think it would be worth the effort to do so because it's a different kind of adventure than what you already played and then the sort of weird experiences on a strange alien world adventure. This one is like a very settled planet, and you get to investigate a conspiracy kind of thing.
Is the cute little monkey with a jetpack part of the adventure?
I don't actually think so. I think this is just they had an artist draw something space-like, and that's what happened.
I thought it was somebody holding up a cat and they were at the same time flying a space shuttle.
Yeah, so it's two guys in spacesuits sitting in a cockpit for some sort of spacecraft, and there's a little monkey flying around with a jetpack behind them.
And they're surrounded by discarded empty soda cans.
Yep. I think that's just, here's some space art, throw this on the cover.
Mm-hmm. I'm attracted to the first one, the Indiana Jones style adventure.
And it seems like the last one would be a good one once we're more comfortable with the mechanics.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? You guys want to play Sundown on Star Mist then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
That's the end of the playtest for our Star Frontiers Homebrew rules. We'll be back with some of this crew to start playing Sundown on Star Mist sometime in the future on the Tales of Bob podcast. We'll be back soon with the last few episodes in the Tales from the Glass-Guarded World story. And over on the Tales of Bob podcast, we'll be back to Broken Tusk Rising after a short dip into the Cowboy Bebop role-playing game. For those of you who support the House of Bob on Patreon, you'll be able to hear commentary on Book 1 of Quest for the Frozen Flame, and there might even be a bonus Cowboy Bebop adventure. Thanks for listening. And Rhett, the DM for this... What? Huh?
You blew the whole thing off. Now we have to restart.
I did want to hear Rhett's explanation of a grenade at 15 meters.
Yeah. So it was no end of amusement to me when we would do road marches and we had to have 10 to 15 feet between us, but the drill sergeants would say 3 to 5 meters. It's the only thing we ever did in metric. And so all these young kids coming out of high school, they're like, what's that? 10 to 15 feet. Just separate 10 to 15 feet.
So there's one thing I noticed about the rules, and once again, I suffer from bad D&D brain, and I think of everything in terms of D&D, but this doesn't really have any kind of investigation skill.
Well, isn't that like the search spot and various other things?
Yeah,
kind
so you
of,
have to...
search spot is not the same as like investigation, right? And there's a lot of like very specific ones like technician, computer, robotics all have all kinds of knowledge to identify, but there's no generic use my brain as the character and not as the player to figure things out that I, as a player, am not smart enough to figure out.
That's true. You could always use an intuition or logic check if you wanted to just sort of figure out something in general that doesn't apply a particular skill. That's fine. You just have to say, I'm trying to figure out what all this means, but I don't see a skill for it. I might just say, okay, roll a logic check or roll an intuition check, depending on what it is. The ability scores are there as sort of catch-alls for things that aren't covered by skills. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That does make sense.
And did we get any experience for that?
Yeah, I'm going to say that everybody gets another 5 experience points.
Nice.
Because
I have some
you all
recommendations
did really well.
too, yeah.
And can I use you said you can use 10, so I could use both 5s to get a new feat, right?
You could.
Nice.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I know what I'm getting.